Okay, cool.
Cool. So once again, good morning, and thank you, Khadija, for the introduction and for inviting me for share my experience in BRUV and shark conservation here in Cape Verde. Uh, I'm Stephen Pires. I coordinate the program of Shark and Ray research in Biosphere since 2019. Biosphere is working with sharks together with Dalhousie University since 2015, but from 2019, I start coordinating the project. So I will just talk today about our experience about BRUV, the Beta Remote Underwater Video System or Station, since the beginning of our experience until what we have now. So let's start who we are and to make a bit sense of this. So Biosphere is a Cape Verdean NGO working sorry. So we work in the Northern Islands, from São Vicente Island until São Nicolau, from São Vicente, Santa Luzia Marine Protected Area, the Raso and Branco Islets, also marine protected areas, and the island of São Nicolau. Uh, the program in this platform behind everything, I will show you today the tying, underwater monitoring, and the BRUV. The number you're seeing here for, I will explain it in this next slide. So since 2019, we've been able to record approximately 19 species from our four methods: the tagging, the BRUV, using drone survey, and acoustic tagging. And to give you a sense of a scale, but basically since 2019, we are able to tag 713 sharks and rays. We also have
Steven,
in almost, sorry,
Steven, you can speak
yes?
slowly for the translator. More slowly.
Oh,
Sorry. Thank you.
sorry. Okay, okay. Uh, with our proof, we started in 2000, properly in 2021, and by now we have almost 1,000 records with 117 unique individuals, species, watch, and 13 species. With the drone, like 10 species recorded, and acoustic tagging, we have made some tagging with acoustic tag with in 3 islands, and we acoustically tagged 2 species: the North shark and the Atlantic weasel shark. So before the proof exists for us, this is what was missing. We start only with 2 methods: the tagging and some sightings. For example, for fishing on sightings or our boat crew sighting. Through the tagging, we was able to make direct capture and release, tag some sharks and release them. It's a very nice and powerful method. We could able to track individuals, movements, the growth, the sex rates, and we could physically catch the shark. And opportunistic sightings from fisher reports or our boat crew reports, and something was really missing in our methods or in our toolkit. So we was missing the way to standardize it and way make it non-invasive. So that's why we start working with the BRUV. So our first contact was, I'm still too fast, I think. It's everything okay? So
In English, it's okay.
I'm still thinking I'm going too fast,
No,
but
it's
it's okay.
totally fine. It's totally fine.
Perfect. So I'm working in biosphere since 2018. And the first contact with BRUV was actually in 2018 with participating in a workshop from Mara Lines in Sal Island in 2018. That's where Zed introduced the BRUV concept to me and to Biosphere. And you can see have a little gap between 2018 and 2020. That's because in 2019, I actually I cannot say start, but make some experiments with simple GoPros attached in a rock and trying to film something on Santa Lucia, but that doesn't work at all. But and later in 2020, I had a training with FMB. They are using the BRUF for longer than us in Biosphere. So I learned with FMB the proper protocol that's the best way to use the basic BRUF. And we start our deployment in 2021 in some research with our own gear, learning by mistake and learning by doing. From there, we built the routine 2022 to 2023. We made a lot of growth in São Vicente Island and the Mario protected area in Santa Lucia. Also, we scaled it up to São Vicente and also to São Nicolau Island, and we made the mostly of our deployments in 2024. We reached 44 deployment. That's not a high number. Some NGOs can make more than that. It depends on lots of things, the objective, the people, the logistics, and it depends on how far you have to go to make the proof. So it's depending on lots of things. And later, from 2024 until now, we trained 6 NGOs with proof here in Cape Verde. I directly trained 4 of them, and my colleagues trained Terimar and Natuna. These 2 NGOs here also in Cape Verde. So we are lots of NGOs now using proof with like same protocols and same methods. So now speaking with what is specific proof, let's get concrete about what it's a proof. BRUV is standard for baited remote underwater video. You can say it's video station or video system. And it's a very simple system. It's a simple concept, a camera structure lowered on the water with a bait arm filming whatever passes through the camera. And have very three strong thing in it because it's non-invasive. It can be standardized and species blind. For example, the non-invasive because it don't depend on capture. So we are using tagging too, but not that tagging is a bad thing, but it's non-invasive, no handling, no stress to the animal. It can be standardized. You can make the protocol every time, the same protocol since you started until the whatever you want to do your proof. So it's you will use the same protocol. You can use the same sites, the same, and you will be able to compare the sites and the years to become comparable. Uh, and also species none because you can record and have this record for longer. Every time you need to see what you have on your uh, hard drive from your proof, you will have these records uh, on your drive. And we usually use it from 7 to 27 meters. Have some NGOs that use it less than that and more than 27. For example, we usually use from 10 to 25 meters, and it depends on what you want to study. And we usually let it record for 73 minutes median. And it's have zero animal stressed. So it's a very, very nice method. We usually use two types of structure. The one you see on the picture is a benthic one, the benthic roof. I almost designed it myself. I based it in lots of uh, books and lots of NGOs that I saw using those. So I started creating my own our own structure, uh, and also the pelagic roof. I bring the structure, but later I can show you our structure. But it's basically this design that you see in here that I designed myself. So we are now in 2026, start using the pelagic roof. The pelagic is suspended, still keep suspended, and it records in mid-water, drifting freely with the current. By the way, the benthic roof is very useful for us here in Cape Verde. Our 13 species recorded all from the benthic roof. We don't have any sharks yet recorded with the pelagic with the pelagic roof. So it's important to choose a very small materials to construct your roof, your structure. But what you see here in the picture is three of our roof structure. It's 100% stainless steel. I've seen a lot of structure with iron, with plastic tubes, but it depends on what you are able to do or what you want to study to have lots of uh, ways to construct a roof. But I prefer this 100% stainless steel because it's no rust, it's no constant maintenance, and no swapping parts. So I usually every time on on the salt water, so and not get rust. So I have since 2021 the same social using without no replacement. Uh, about the bait, we always choose the oily and more bloody, can I say it like that? Bloody fish like tuna or the scombride family. That's the one we use the most for the bait. About the cables and the line, it's where we make it a bit wrong because we usually use very heavy cables, very heavy lines, and it sometimes get heavy with the water and it sinks, and sometimes it passes in front of the camera. I have a very nice footage of the proof with a tiger shark and a nurse shark together in the same structure, in the same frame, and a very annoying rope in front of it. So that's destroy the image. If I want to use that image in social media, I cannot because it's uh, not good because of the rope. So choose light line, light cable. Fishermen usually have this kind of cable. They can show you what kind is better or not. This one I have in our structure is not the best one, but I'm usually using some way for it not to become in front of the camera. About the boys, always choose the visible and not oversized. It's very important. Uh, the visible enough to spot and retrieve, but not oversized. We don't want them to be dragged along and for currents to push them over or cause that to structure to drop. It sometimes happen when you have a strong current. Just to know if you are seeing it, all the structure have a number on it. For example, number two, number three, and number one. That's a very important thing, tip, and a very important thing to know. And also our cameras, our GoPro have this same number on it. So each roof, each structure have each their own camera that I use. I will explain why I do it. About the camera, so I usually use GoPros. Usually, the GoPro Hero 4 until the 13 is good. Other camera is good too. Even the 360 camera can be used. I made one experiment with the 360 and it was very nice. I could see the shots coming from all the sides, so not just in front of the camera, but it's good, but not very safe. But the GoPro works very well. I usually use the GoPro 9 to 12 because the batteries from the GoPro 9 works in the 10, in the 11, the 12. So I have no problem with the batteries switching between kinds of GoPro. So from 9 to 12 works very well with the same battery, and it's cheap. For example, I don't advise to buy the GoPro 13 because it's too expensive. If you can do, for example, buy two GoPro Hero 9 for the price of maybe one Hero 13. So, and we will have lots of batteries.
Steven,
Yes?
please, slowly, slowly. Bef- Thank you. You hear me?
Yes, yes, I do. I'm
Okay, for the
sorry.
translators.
I get
Thank you so
excited.
much.
Should I repeat about the cameras? All good?
I think you can continue. It's more, yeah, it's more for the translator to
Oui,
for
oui,
the
répétez sur la caméra.
Ah no, no, you can repeat just on the camera, the last part on the camera, Stephen. You can repeat. Apparently they did not get it in the French canal. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. I was saying, so the GoPro, usually works very well. We can use it for the GoPro Hero 4 to the GoPro 13, the last GoPro made. And in my advice, I always advise the 9 or 10 because we can buy, for example, almost two GoPro 9 in the same price of the 113. So, and the batteries of the GoPro 9 can work in the GoPro 9, the 10, the 11, and also the 12. So you have a very big range of GoPros that use the same batteries, and it's very nice. Uh, about the configuration of the GoPro before using it and play the play button on the and start recording. I'll always say to use the original GoPro batteries. Always charge outside the camera. I will later, when I stop the the share, I will later show everything I have here. I have some GoPros, the number batteries, the battery charger, and also the pelagic BRUV here with me that I can show you when I finish. And always store your cameras without the battery inside the GoPro. Use very fast and the original memory cards. The resolution 1080 is perfect. 30 frame per second is enough. And if you want to use this footage, this records on your social media, the 180 still works, but you can switch for 60 frame per second. So what I was saying about the number is always if you have, for example, more than one structure, it's very nice to indicate the number of the GoPro and the number of the structure when you are deploying the proof, so you can not be confusing which proof is what. So always when you start recording on your proof before deploying the proof, make some kind of sign inside of the proof. So for example, with your fingers, show number one, number two, or you can use a small paper with something right on it. That's just a very useful tip. Uh, so the gear is not only all the story. How to deploy it from the boat matters just as much. And here are some few habits at the drop point before to drop it. So if you are on a boat, let the boat stop first. Never deploy while the boat still going, and it will have caused some drift on the structure, and it might fall off and destroy your structure or your camera. Uh, Something can happen if you you don't let the boat stop. Check the current and the visibility before dropping. Sometimes you use some Seiki disk. It's a plate, white and black and white, that can show you the visibility of the water. That we will be able to see what the camera will see and how distant the camera will see. After you deploy your roof, move off at least 500 meters. It's better, and log it immediately. When the exact time you deploy the proof, take the position, the time, the bait, and firstly the condition, and the position is the most important thing. The position and the time. Uh, Showing now our field protocol. So every single deployment gets logged on the standard field sheet. You see, you see here the first one is where we are on the sea, is where we put our data. For example, I don't know if you can see, but I have here BRUV 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's because we have 5 structure. And when it's finished and at the office or at home, I pass everything single one for a single fish field data. So this is where I put everything I see on the cam. So this is what I take from the sea when I put it the proof, and this is where I pass everything and what I see on the proof. Uh, so where we work at, mostly in São Vicente Island, Santa Luzia, the Hazo, and Branco Island, and we're starting some proof in 2025 in São Nicolau Island. This is mostly the North Island. We're not working here in Santo Antão because now have Terrimar, another NGO partner NGO, working here in Santo Antão. I was actually helping some of our colleagues in Santo Antão, in Terrimar, here, making some roof and some dives. So with the geography in place, let's look some of our number, how much effort we put in it. This is one of our number. As of today, we have 115 deployments. I'm not counting the 2026, and only 21 to 25. We have 115 deployments, 5 islets, 5 islands, and islet 39 sites deployment, and 117 is our total maximum across all species combined, which I will explain properly in a minute. So you can see throughout the year, 24 was our peak, the deployment for like 44 deployments. We start here in 2020 with only 2. We increased a little bit in 2022 and 23. Unfortunately, the deployments decreased in 2025 because of our boats broke, so we didn't have the way to go to Santa Lucia or even to the coast of San Vicente to make some proof in 2025. So that's why we didn't make a lot of proving to last year. So this is the other graph is the deployment per island. As you can see, I have more deployment in Santa Lucia and San Vicente. And a very curious thing, we only have 12 in São Nicolau, just keep this sunny cloud in mind because it's very interesting. Uh, well, like I said, raw deployments counts don't tell the whole story. Some places give you far more per job than others. That's the case of Sunny Cloud. I have three graph here that you can see. This one is the more interesting pattern in our data. Santa Lucia and San Vicente have the most deployment, as I said. The third panel showed the mean max n and per deployment, basically the yields of each drop. And as you can see, Sunny Cloud with only 12 deployments so far has the highest yield of any island, 1.92 mean max n, almost the double from Santa Lucia and San Vicente, and only with one species. I will show you in a second. That's a small sample of, so I'm not overclaim it, but it's telling us obviously something, and it's worth watching as we put more effort in San Nicola Island. So here is some pattern, but and map it ours specially, so you can see exactly where those detections are happening. As you can see, San Vicente Island, Santa Lucia Island, and also here in San Nicola. So the most of min-maxen happened here in San Nicola, in only this part of San Nicola with a single species. Santa Lucia, the mostly of our deployment, and also here in San Vicente. As you can see, the bigger the circle is the maxen from 1 to 3. So the mostly here in San Nicola have the bigger maxen. So is everything okay? Will continue. I will show you more results. I need to explain the metric behind all of them because it's not just a raw head count. So why we are on, I'm speaking about the maxen. So why we are analyze the maxen and not raw counts. Raw counts sometimes results in overcounting. For example, if I just count single times that a species or an individual pass through the frame, I can be counting the same individual times after times after times. So that's why we analyze the maximum, that it is the maximum number of individual of a species seen together in a single frame during a deployment. So the graph you see here on the right is our total maximum by species, all survived combined from 2021 to
Steven,
2025.
Steven, slowly.
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
I'm sorry again. So let me start again a little bit slowly. I was talking about the maxen, so I should explain what the maxen is. Like I said, rough counts results in overcounting. The same animal can swim in and out from the frame multiple times, and you will and in one deployment you will count it several times. So that's not very nice thing. So that's why we analyze the maxen. It's a standard proof metric. The maxen is the maximum number of individuals of a species that's seen together in a single frame during a deployment. And it's conservative and it's comparable across many species. One example in this graph, you can see the species we've seen until now and the maxen of each. So the nurse shark is the one that have the most maxen per deployment, and it's combined from 2021 to 2025. You can see the last is the smooth hound, the Mustelus mustelus, and also the bigger one is the nurse shark with a shark and a round stingray. We also have tiger shark appearing several times too. And I'm talking about the Maxent, but that is not the only thing that we can take from the proof, the data. It's the raw can still answer some questions. For example, the frequency, the occurrence, the deployment, the sex rates, and lots of things. And one thing about Maxent, as I say, is the number of individuals of a species seen together. But if you can see different individuals, if you can spot a female and then a male or some individual with a very distinctive ID on it, you can still count the max end, for example, even if they appear after, for example, 1 minute. For example, I'm seeing a proof now, I see a female, just one. A few minutes, I see a male. That's on the same video, two Maxan. It's not the same frame, but I know that it's two, a female and a male. If I saw something different on another individual, a very distinctive characteristic, I will count it as well. So, well, what I was saying, every Blues deployment is a small data set. It's not, Maxen is not is our headline abundance metric. It's the most important, but it's not the only thing we can achieve. We can take from the proof. This is one of the things we can uh, take from our proof data. For example, the frequency of occurrence, sex, and individual ID, activity patterns from arrival time, habitat association against tip and substrate, community composition, and which species turn up together, and even a rough size class structure from the beta. For example, you can distinct the juvenile from the adults very easily on the proof. This is one of just a small example of what I was saying. This is the same proof, same day, same video. Uh, in one is the left one is a male, that we can see here that it's a male, not shark male, and the other one is clearly a female. So, and very distinct characteristic. As you can see, these white spots on its skin. So that's why I think I didn't see it together in the same frame, but it was the same deployment, same video. So it's not the Maxen one, but two Maxen. That's what I mean. So let's actually meet some of the species we've been talking about this whole time. Some of the species we've been seeing in our proof. We've seen 13 species in our proof, but this one is the mostly that I've seen the most in San Vicente Island, Santa Lucia, and also in São Nicolau Island. So, for example, the Atlantic with a shark, you have the North shark, tiger shark, the round stingray, the black gatorfish, black tip, the smooth horn shark, the Mustelus mustelus, and also the big nose shark, Carcharinus altimus. These other three is the last we see. So sandbar shark, the sun tiger shark, and also lemon shark. I also put their level of threatened here in awful. So clear special hotspot. This is so a graphic. For example, you can yes. Okay. So as you can see, analyzing all these this graph, the black tip shark and the smooth hounds appear mostly exclusively in Santa Lucia, for example. That's Mudhound. Yeah. Yeah, it's appeared mostly on Santa Lucia. The guitarfish and the weasel shark, both of them is a threatened species, also reach their highest relative abundance in Santa Lucia, that is a marine protected area. And Sony Cloud,
Tu veux qu'on l'arrête?
very
Sorry,
Damien, t'es le sur le
Steven,
panel anglais.
do you hear me?
Yes.
yes,
Steven,
yes.
please stop a little bit. Maybe the connection is not good now for the translator.
Okay,
Ah,
okay.
it's on his
You have to
side.
be.
C'est lui qui a une mauvaise connexion, c'est ça?
Je ne sais pas. En tout cas, il entend mal actuellement.
Ah, ok.
Peut-être on peut réessayer doucement. We can try slowly now. Again. Steven?
Okay. Yes. So, uh, as I was saying, the Santa Lucia Marine Protected Area is a critical area. We have the black tip shark and the smooth hound appearing almost exclusively in the Santa Lucia. Also, the black chain guitarfish and the weasel, Atlantic weasel shark. They are both threatened sharks. Also reach their highest uh, relative abundance in Santa Lucia. Also, Sony Cloud stands out as a distinct North Shark ground. So the maximum of Sa- North Shark in Sunny Cloud is 1.42 mean maximum. So against 0.14 to 0.16 on the San Vicente Island and Santa Lucia. So we plan to do more proofs in Sunny Cloud to investigate how North Shark is using Sunny Cloud Island. This is the kind of pattern that only shows up, so you have enough standardized effort behind it. So, what did all this actually lead to? Let's talk about a little bit of our impact. Now here in Cape Verde, we have seven important shark sanctuary areas and also five areas of interest. Uh, and from our perspective in San Vicente, Santa Lucia, and Sony Cloud, the proof help us to manage to help us to achieve this. For example, in Santa Lucia, we have the Isra, the important shark and ray area from black chin-gator fish, from the black tip shark, and also Atlantic weasel shark, and mostly about, because of the proofs and the tagging campaign we've made in Santa Lucia. And in San Vicente, we do not have yet the Isras as Sunny Cloud, but our the area of interest is firstly majority made by the proof that data we have. So it's very important method we are using now. Also, our data is using for management decisions. So right now, for example, Saint Lucia do not have a management plan, but they are doing it now, and our data is being used for characterization the some nursery and aggregation evidence for guitarfish with a shark, and it fits feeding directly the management of the marine protected area. And right now we have six national NGOs trained with the same methods, the proof. So trained Projeto Vitor, Projeto Biodiversidade, PSCV, Lantuna, Biflores, uh, and also Terrima. Uh, so none of this was smooth from day one. Here's what we'd out tell our best self. So what worked? So just keep the protocol simple and identical from day one. Standard bait and type logging and on paper in the field and digitizing the same day. So, at least try, because I know it's difficult. We cannot just came from the sea and start analyzing a video, because it's a long way, a lots of hours analyzing video. If you imagine, if we have five structure made in one day, we will have more than 5 hours of video to analyze. And if you have if you are analyzing lots of things, not just charts and rays, a single BRUV video will take at least 1.5 hours. So if you have more than one deployment, you will have to count a lot of hours analyzing the videos. Uh, and what I would do different. Firstly, change the lines, of course. Standardize the maxen, scoring from deployment of one instead of auto-fitting in later planned for camera. And pre-register sites and rotation instead of choosing opportunistically. We can make the same sites every time, and you can still compare the sites and the seasons and the years. Uh, so that's the actual bottleneck, not the field work. I keep saying BRUV is one tool among several. And let me show you exactly what I mean alongside the others. As you know, we are not just using the proof, we are always using other methods. So the proofs complement the other methods, not just itself. For, for example, we have over several hundred individuals studying the movements, the graph, the site fidelity. Uh, we use the drone, 4 years of aerial surveillance, marine protected areas compliance, and megafauna counts, and some fisher engagements by catch handling. I've been training some fishermen since 2020 with safe handlings of sharks and sea turtles and also seabirds. The fishermen are a monitoring partners, so we have to try to engage them to help us with this. Uh, we show you a derived comparison that shows exactly why you need more than one method, not just one. This is two graphs. On the left is the species catch that we tag from 2019 to 2024. It's dominated by the black chingator fish, the Glaucostachus samichlus, after the black tip shark, the Carcharodon imbatus, and the Paragalus pectoratus, that is the Atlantic weasel shark. So this is the tagging catch we have, and here on the right, the species abundance in BRUV from 2021 to 2022. And compared to the tagging, it's dominated by the nurse shark and the weasel shark. So not you can notice that, for example, the black tip is barely show up on the roof. For example, we have only two maxen from all of our 150 deployments. It shows only in two sites. So, and it's one of the most catch and target species in other methods. So what I want to say is that do not only use the proof, for example, but always try to complement with other methods. So if you are a single just a juvenile tiger shark that we got here in South Vincent Island. So if you are considering using the tip, I would advise to start simple, just one structure, one fixed protocol, use a very consistent baits, and set the routine right before you scale up. Decide your metrics before you start, agree on the max N, and of course you can always try to take another information of not just the max N. Budget for video review, it takes longer than the fieldworks itself. So as I was saying, if you are planning a day proof, you will probably make five or more than five deployments. So plan how you will analyze the video because it will take you for at least more than the 5 hours uh, of analyzing the video. So plan this very intelligent. So, and build regional partnership early. So, shared protocol across NGOs is what makes results comparable across the whole archipelago. For example, here in Cape Verde, if all the NGOs using the same protocol, the same method, we can always try to compare what kind of shark we have in Cape Verde, what sharks use our waters, and we can see what shark is moving from these 10 islands in Cape Verde. So,
Je te reçois. Oui, je te reçois, Sim. Famille. J'ai l'impression que c'est de son côté.
Oui, j'ai l'impression que c'est du côté de Steven. Ouais. Sorry, I think Steven has some issues with the internet connection. It was the end of the presentation, but maybe when he wanted to stop sharing screen, it uh, he had a little problem. But we'll have some questions. If he managed to get the connection back, we'll ask Steven some questions. I see in the chat that there are a few questions, so we can do that. But let's wait just 1 minute for Steven to connect again. Meanwhile, if you have any question, feel free to put them in the chat. I
Steven is
see
come
uh,
back.
your questions.
yeah, what
So,
happened?
no,
Sorry.
you must have been disconnected for some seconds, but it's no problem. You were at the end of the presentation, no?
Yeah, oh, I mean, I was just finishing it. Yes, yes, I was just saying thank you, and I'm ready for question and share experience. So
Ouais.
I was reading on the last one.
Okay, thank you so much, Steven. That was so instructive. Um, I think I saw several questions in the chat. Maybe what we can do is everyone can put his camera so that we can have direct interaction. It's not a huge group. You taught us so many things on all this process from the beginning where you have to spend time to define site, to define the proper techniques, then you go underwater to put the BRUVs, then all these hours to analyze the data, then all this helps for to define hotspots, critical areas, then also for management decision. But all this process it takes a lot of energy, some money as well, time, and you have to work with sea condition as well. So thanks so much for sharing all this. That it was very technical and very, very useful. Maybe I can give the floor to Daniel. If you can ask Daniel Tovio, if you can ask your question in English, if it's okay. Otherwise, I will translate in English. I know it's already written in English because you had few questions, Daniel. So if it's okay, it's better for you to ask them directly to Steven.
D'accord. Merci beaucoup pour la présentation. Mais, Uh, I can also go directly in English
Ouais. Yes,
if you
because we are in
allow.
the English channel at the moment, so
Okay. I would like to know if I want to explore 6 hectare of a marine area, how many of BRUV I can deploy.
Mhm.
Apart from that question, I would like to know to have one system of BRUV, how much I can spend, like how much it can cost for me. Um, Apart from that one, to choose any set I'm going to deploy my BRUV, how can I design that? How can I choose those sites? So, in summary, those are the questions I was to ask. Thank you.
Okay, just a second.
Thank you, Daniel. Was it clear, Stephen? You heard everything?
Yeah,
Cool.
yes. I heard everything. So let me try to answer for them all. About how much proof you make or deploy in, for example, in the marine protected areas, as much as you can. We don't have I can say we have a specific number, but I could just say start doing it. Go after make one, two, how much you can make, and it will give you a very strong database. And I always advise to repeat the sites. For example, seasonally, repeat the same sites. But if, for example, if you do it now, you don't see anything. Maybe 2 months later, you will repeat that uh, that spot, and you will actually see something. So keep repeating the sites. You can just have a space of 1 month of 2 months. The time it depends. For example, here in Cabo Verde or São Vicente Island or Santa Lucia, we have to, for example, go further to Santa Lucia. So the logistic, it's a bit expensive to, for example, do every month the same place. So we are not doing it, but we are always trying to repeat the site at least 2 to 3 times per year. So and about the choice. The choice you will do it by doing the proof. So if you are seeing a very hotspot, that's place that's repeatedly appearing sharks or more than one species, or you have several maxen in the same place, keep doing this proof on this same site. So you will have create a baseline, a database for year, and you can compare for seasonally, and it will be very nice. And about the cost, uh, for example, our proof, we do not make any kind of maintenance. So the structure I pointed from stainless steel is a little bit expensive from the other materials, but we will not have worried about maintenance or change parts because using it on the salt water, if you use iron, sometimes it's more heavy and it gets rust and you can lose and damage your material. So using the stainless steel is the perfect, and it's a little bit expensive. For example, one single structure costs about 200 euros without the cameras. 100% stainless steel. And if you want to do more than one, if you want to do five, it will cost you 1,000, for example. But I can later share some measures of some picture of our roofs and everything. By the way, I have here. I said I was about to show you the structure of the pelagic roof. that I created. We are using it now. So it usually stays like this. So we have the rope here to the buoy. This stays in between 10 to 15 meters on the column water. And this I attach some weight to give some tension on this structure. So it works perfectly. I didn't see the videos yet, but I know that I see some turtles on the field, but I didn't completely see it because it's a lot of video to see. So I'm waiting for time to analyze the videos. So, but it works perfectly. I can also share the mesh, how I made it and everything. I think I answered the questions. Maybe if you have another ones.
Oui, c'est bon. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Stephen. It was very clear. There was one question from Emmanuel. Maybe Emmanuel, he was asking if the cameras are deployed all year or is just at some period. But you just answered that. If when do you deploy the camera? Do you have preferences in terms of the year to deploy the camera?
Yeah, yes, I actually prefer to do it in summer because the warm water, more sharks, preferably more sharks and rays. But if you can do it in also in other station winter, you will have, like I said, this base for comparing the stations. So if you can do it all the year. So take, for example, for months, take 2 to 3 days to make an expedition for BRUV and go and do some BRUV. The autonomy, uh, the question about the remote capacity. Yeah, I think I understand the question in French.
Yes, the question is about the autonomy of the battery. So
Mhm.
for your GoPro, how long can they stay underwater recording? How long? And second is the cost of all this GoPro 9, for example.
Okay. Well, the battery, if it's very new, it can be more than 1 hour recording, and sometimes 2 hour recording. And we have some tips. I can give some tips to keep it a longer life battery and also the GoPro. For example, like I said on the when I was presenting, keep this is the battery from the works on 9, on 10, on 11, and the 12. Keep it always out of the cameras. It's better. Always use the original GoPro battery charger, not use the GoPro inside to charge the batteries. It's better. And and at the GoPro, for example, some have this front screen. Keep it off. It will save your battery. Let's put the brightness of of your GoPro in, for example, 20 to 17. No need to put it high, 15 or 100. No need. That will save a lot of your the battery. And the cost. For example, a GoPro with one battery, a GoPro 9, for example, you can find it for 200. No, yes, 250 euros, more or less. I can make a research in a few minutes later. But it's cheaper than, for example, to buy the 12 or the 13. But as I said, the battery works for 9, for 10, 11, and 12. So always keep that in mind because it's very useful.
Thank you so much. Moras, was it okay? Is the answer okay for you? Because you asked the question. if when you
Oui, oui, ça me va très bien. Ah, je voulais aussi demander, est-ce, est-ce qu'il faut plonger nécessairement pour installer le dispositif?
I don't know because I think we are in the channel English channel. Do you have to scuba dive to put the all the structure, or can you do it from the boat? Steven, did you hear the question? Do you need to scuba dive to install the structure, to deploy the structure, or can you stay on from the boat?
Yeah, we can stay on the boat. We can just lower it from the boat. If, for example, it's always depend, but mostly from the boat. And for example, if you are in very shallow water, you can still put it from the boat, lower it from the boat. And if you want, you can just make a quick dive to see if everything is all set. So, but have some kind of proof that people need to go dive to install, but it's a very different kind of proof. And it's another talk.
Okay, thank you. There was a question from Emmanuel about the recounting.
Ni, ni pour le récupérer.
When you deploy the camera, there might be a risk of double counting the same shark. And the question, yeah, how maybe, but you explained that a little bit with the max n, but I think there was some maybe question to clarify some aspect. How to avoid the double counting or triple counting?
Well, I don't think if, for example, we have a way to avoid that, it will happen. So, but that's why we use the max n, because the max n is the standard method to way to count the the sharks on the proof. So if you have only one sharks passing one after one, always in the same frame, it's still one max n. But if you see, for example, another sharks, but it's the same species, but you can see something different on that shark, you can still count it as a max n. So you don't. I don't think we have a way to minimize that. So it's just count the max n.
Okay. Thanks. I think this is also something to implement. When you implement, you learn from that. There was a question, well, maybe at the end from Emmanuel also about if you were receiving some interns from time to time for to learn from if people from other NGO will go to Cabo Verde and learn. Voilà, it was a question. I think it's more an open question. It's very good. I think even PPI has been supported that for some of the organizations. So. I'll let you discuss, either come to Damien or me to discuss that. It can be very useful. There are other questions, but someone is raising the hand. Emmanuel, you can speak. Oh,
Yeah, can you hear me?
yes, very well.
Okay, good, perfect. Stephen, hi, and thank you for
Hello,
your
Emmanuel.
yeah. Just a quick one. I'm giving a try to a method currently in Benin. Instead of deploying a perfectly designed BRUVs, the idea is just to attach some cameras. It may be a GoPro or maybe a good lens who has a good resolution to the net. There are specific kind of net depending of the area I want to work on. And I want to know from your point of view, do you think using those kind of lens attached to the net, it may yield better result or similar result as what you got in using the how you call it, the browse.
Uh, you're talking about some kind of filters or some kind of different lens? This is a camera, like, yeah, let's say a camera is a camera, but not so much expensive. This is low cost design, low cost stuff, so that instead of deploying BRUVs and the guy, the scientist going to the field,
Okay.
yeah, you can just attach it to the net deployed with all the information that it can collect. It backs sensors along it, and so that we get information. So my question, I think you got my point, right? Yes, yes, I understand it. Yeah, it works perfectly. In fact, my first experiment of roof was a low cost camera, very very cheap. For by my own camera that I made in Santa Lucia, attached on the rock. So, and the bait was a single bottle, water bottle with some fish inside. I was just trying to see if it worked. So after that, I see, okay, it works. So now we invent the structure. I will study the structure to implement it in the best way. So I think if you are able to see an image and you're able to count, to see the species, it's no problem at all. Okay, okay. Thanks.
Sorry, I was muted. There is a question from Abdul. Do you implement any AI in the analysis of the BRUV's video in the moment?
Not now, but we are studying some with Dalhousie University. They are creating a structure with laser points that will start measuring and identifying species with one single camera. Uh, I didn't talk about it, but we have the stereo proof that used two different cameras that can we have to calibrate something that I don't know yet. But we can use this and it's a little bit expensive, so we can use this to measure the sharks. But they are creating a method with laser points to identify and also to measure with a single camera. So I'm not using it now, but they are creating this structure.
Okay, thanks for the feedback. I think on AI, many things will come in the
Yeah.
future. For the good or the bad, we don't know, but many things will come. Rui,
But yeah.
no, no, just go ahead, Steven. Before.
Yeah, I would say I would like to, if have some kind of AI to analyze growth videos, I would like to learn it. If any of you have something, I would like to hear about it also.
Good morning. You listen me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can
Okay.
hear you
Sorry
well.
for enter the late. I just see the post on Facebook of Biosphera. I don't notice session before, but it's not a problem. I have some questions. I don't see the presentation, but my question is linked for the technique. Because myself, Rui Freitas, from the Atlantic Technical University in Mindelo, I'm a marine biologist, and I've been using underwater video techniques some years ago, most unbaited um, techniques, not baited like BRUVs. And and I would like if Stephen can give us an impression what advanced in technology has been done in this kind of techniques, because we like GoPros, but GoPros is limited. It's not, in my point of view, the best for the future. For example, in Vascal program in my university, a student from Benin, Gerard, create a structure, join Raspberry Pi plate technology with different components, with larger battery, with specific camera, closed in the house, and operate for several days underwater, including by night making time-lapse photos with flash by night. But this probably should be unbaited technique, remote operated unbaited technique. So what is going to happen in the future? You go to continue with these GoPros ideas, or you go try to find new, more precise technology, taking in mind that there's a project I've been part is from POGO, a POGO Partnership for Observation of the Global Ocean, named Open MOBS, Open Access Marine Observation Device. Most of European University is developing low-cost technology for observation. In my point of view, we can create our own device, join different technologies, join different components. As I tell you, students here in Mindelo developed several cameras for time-lapse for several days, not have to be there in the boat 2 hours, sunburning, then to recover your camera. So what is your idea, Stephen, for the future and to be independent from the GoPro ideas?
Okay. Well, we will probably keep the roofs and the GoPro as long we don't have any kind of other technology. But I would like to learn more about the technology and the cameras. For example, I've heard a lot with this project you talking about, and I want to learn a little bit more of how we can improve the GoPros and not the GoPros, the cameras and the structure to leave it for more than 1 hour, for example. That will be very nice achievement for me and for us. For example, in the Shark International, I've learned about specific kinds of proof, but do not use bait. It's a very specific GoPro inside a house, a big house, and with a power bank that's
Yes,
filmed
with extended
for
battery, GoPro with extended battery.
exactly,
Yes, exists in the other
yeah,
house.
exactly. That films for 11 hours or more. That was, I was talking about the dive. So they dive to install that kind of camera. Let me call it proof, but I think it's not specific kind of proof. But it's very, very interesting. And I will try to learn how to create this housing. Maybe Professor, we can, uh, uh, we can later talk about this, but it is very interesting for example, for deeper place and place, for example, that we know that, for example, pelagic species pass through this sea is a very important and very nice method to use. But yeah, I'm available to learn, but and to change the cameras. If I can change, I will change it. But I'm not. I will not leave this method because it's very important and very cheap using methods and very useful.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Stephen. Abdul, you had something, you wanted to say something? You have your hand raised.
Yes, yes. I would like to reinforce the idea of Professor Rui. The technology we have been using in Mozambique, and it came out to be very useful. First foremost is because this new methodology doesn't use bait, and one of the arguments it's been going on in the group chats of scientists is it's really the perhaps a good method of trying to study fish or sharks in the water because you ended up baiting it. What if you don't use the bait? The shark what if the sharks just come there because of the bait, not because it stay there and use this area and other stuff. But the other method is basically you adapt along along a battery that can sustain for a long time. In Mozambique, we used one that could stay for a month, but we have to adapt it with a battery from motorcycle. It was like a really engineering thing, but it worked to have like hours of video during the day and during the night. It was really helpful. So, Stephen, we can continue this conversation later, and I can try to make sure that I put you in contact with my team in Mozambique that developed it, and I bet it's going to be really good. Just to and we can compare the data we get from the BRUVs and the data we get from this system that it's not baited. I guess will be a very interesting learning from that.
Absolutely. Thank you. I would love to see this structure that stays for 1 month. I would probably install it in Saint Lucia to see what's happening with the sharks in Saint Lucia for sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Abdul, for sharing this and for this opportunity. I think there was just one question left from Moras about the bait. What do you put? I think you said some tuna or for the bait. Maybe if you wait, just give a word on that.
Yes, we usually don't know how to say it in English, but if Ruivreitas is herring, but we're using what we call it cachorrinha.
Bait.
It's yes, the bait cachorrinha, caiado. I don't know the English name, but it's the Scombridae family, the same family from the tuna. So they are they are cheap, and we can it's have more red uh, muscles and red when we get lots of plots. So it's
Okay. Can you give example maybe later in the WhatsApp group you can put some example of fish you put in the as baits because maybe it
okay.
can be helpful for some person. And there
Okay.
was one last question I see. Did it happen that some people stole the GoPro or stole the structure or no?
Yes.
It
Yes.
happened?
Yes, it happened once here in São Vicente.
Okay.
So, but we retrieved the structure once in this south part of São Vicente. We just, for example, when we have five structure, so we start pouring and going further and further in pouring. So you don't see the first one. So some fisherman boats pass through the buoy and see it, and we just store it, and we find it on the dock on the marine. So that's it happens once, but just was just once. So I advise to stick some, for example, some name on it, some number, put some, for example, Biosfera, Terrimar, whatever, a number, just or some advice, do not touch on the buoy, something like that. I think it could work, but if someone wants just to store it, it's not working, but will not work. But yeah, it
Okay.
happens once.
Okay, no, thank you, thank you. I think it can be useful for some areas. Maybe one question: do you need an authorization to put the camera, or from the Minister of the Sea, or from any authorities? Do you need specific authorization, or you just drop the structure?
No, for example, if we once was installing some acoustic receiver, and we just let the Marine Institute EMP, we call it EMP here in Cape Verde, for just let them know that our structure was being installed on the sea. So, but for the proof, we don't do that. Only for the marine protected area that we let for example, DNA to just let them know the project and what we are doing. So we don't need a specific authorization for it.
Okay, okay. I think it depends on the country. Maybe in some places it's they need some
Yeah.
authorization. I know for drones it also depends on the areas, but thanks for that. I see we are coming to the end of the discussion. We said 1 hour and a half, and it's almost 1 hour and a half. I don't see any more question in the chat, and I don't see any hands raised. For those who are in the WhatsApp group, we can continue the discussion. I don't know, Damien, il est encore là, Femi, ou pas? Il y a besoin de traduire ou pas? C'est bon? Ok. So we have the WhatsApp group to continue this discussion. Thank you so much for those who are already there and who participate. I think it's very useful to share all these experiences. Today it was Stephen, and thank you so much, Stephen, for sharing all these years of experience and your expertise. It was very technical, very useful, I'm sure, for many, many people. But if you also have some other ideas for future discussion, either we continue just in the WhatsApp group, or we can have this type of open discussion, 1 hour, 1 hour and a half. I think it's quite simple for PPI also to facilitate that. But feel free to suggest as well, because there are many topics on shark and ray conservations, and in West Africa, so many things we still need to do. It's really hopeful to see dynamics like in Cabo Verde, but I'm sure there are also other, like in Benin or other countries, other dynamic. So feel free to share you any idea. And if there is no other question, I will again say thank you to Stephen, and thank you for the. I think we were a bit more than 20 participants, which is good because it was supposed to be between us. So I think it's good
Yeah.
in terms of participant. The presentation is recorded. And don't know if you put your contact, Stephen, if someone wants to contact you. I think I saw it in the chat. So I think it means that you can also contact Stephen if you have any question. And well, anything, feel free to reach out, and I wish you well, a great day. And well, we continue all this discussion in the WhatsApp, and of course, if you have specific question, you can also reach to Damien or myself or even Steven now. So thanks again, and yeah, wish you a
Thank
good day.
you.
Good day. Thank you, Steven, and thank you all, and see you very soon.
Thank you, Mia, Aurélien, thank you, Damien, and all the participation. And since I'm here talking about the proof, we can also plan another talk about the tagging, the other methods we are using. So we can plan it, and maybe uh, next, or I don't know when, but we can plan this, and I can talk about and share a little bit about our tagging campaign, the tagging expeditions, and everything. So,
Uh, Excellent
and thank you
idea.
all again for your participation, your question. Yeah, and see you.
Yeah.
You
See
have
ya.
my
Bye
contact. Anything, just send me a text or an email.
bye. Excellent. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.